All right, everyone, this is Marco Palmero, founder of Ulysses in Dubai. And in this video, I want to talk about market entries in the UAE, more specifically, market entries through acquisitions. And I want to do that because I want to kind of open the mind of some people who might be thinking about coming to UAE to set up their own shop. And I had many discussions in recent weeks with people that were looking to set up a new facility of their own here in the UAE, either a new setup or a branch of their existing company in another country. And many times what I see is that people want to naturally expand to a region or a country like the UAE, and they don't consider all the options available to them. And so I want to talk about acquisitions because I'm deeply involved in it, and I feel it is a viable solution for many business owners, including the small business owners. The reason why I believe that is because when looking at the UAE, you will find out that many industries and sectors are already quite saturated. Now, of course, you can be successful in saturated industries, but it's a lot harder to conquer market share. And many people would feel that UAE is sort of like a blue ocean, but it's not. Other countries of the Middle East might be, but UAE are already a solid economy with a lot of business owners that are, conquering and attacking this particular market. So the point I'm getting at is a lot of times people want to set up shop here simply because they look at the opportunity, but they don't consider what the challenges might be in setting up a business in the UAE. And that's why a lot of companies go up for sale on a yearly basis, because people come in, they set up a shop, they run it for 12 or 18 months, and they believe everything is going to boom for them simply because UAE are a place of opportunities. And then they figure out that there's a lot more to that, and they need actually to have a strategy to enter the market effectively if they want to compete against so many other owners, so many companies. And so that leads me to acquisitions and my point around acquisitions being a good market entry opportunity for business owners across sectors, really. Many times when you see a market that is saturated, like the UAE, acquisitions might be a good solution for you to enter the market while still accomplishing your goals, right? The beauty of acquisitions is that it enables you to buy a company that is already established and that has existing track record and customer base, and substantially start from something that has already been built up. And so you don't need to do everything from scratch. And people overlook that advantage by a lot. But the truth of the matter is, the startup phase is the most critical phase of each business. I've been through that phase myself many times. It's painful, it's hard, and it's not necessarily something you want to deal with when you come to UAE. Because again, if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to get hurt. And so acquisition might be an option you want to consider because you avoid that phase. You start with an existing business. You might need to adjust a few things to make it your own, but then you're up and running. You have customers that you can start to serve, and then you can grow the business from there. Now, I know what you're thinking. If you're watching this video and you're a small business owner, you might be saying, well, it's going to be crazy expensive to buy a small facility in the UAE. And the answer to that question is not really. It really depends on what you're looking to get, what you're looking to acquire. And interestingly enough, setting up a business of some kind might be more expensive than buying a new one, than buying an existing one, I'm sorry. And so it is really important for people to understand options from my perspective, because sometimes I see individuals that want to stick to one solution only simply because in their minds that's the best possible way to go about doing things. But in reality, there are a variety of other options that they could contemplate and that might accomplish the same result, while at the same time facilitating the process for them. And so acquisition, in my view, is a good option for people looking to enter the UAE market, because again, it gives them the opportunity to buy an established entity, existing track record, customer base, grow the business from there. Some of the challenges are, of course, the culture that you're going to find in the business, in the changes that you might want to make, the rebranding and that sort of stuff. But the point is, in my opinion, the pros outweigh the cons by a lot when it comes to acquisition, especially in the UAE. Now, if you're talking about other markets in the Middle East, like Saudi Arabia, for example, that might not be the best option for you to consider, because the market there is still relatively open. There's still a lot of opportunity for people to set up shops there and be competitive. And so you might want to set up your own shop and try to push it from scratch. The point I'm getting at is that it really comes down to what is the best possible solution for your situation in the market that you're attacking. I will never be that type of person that looks at acquisitions as the only solution simply because it's what I'm doing. But the point is, I want to look at what the situation is and identify the best possible alternative that's going to accomplish the results. Now, acquisitions in UAE are huge from my perspective. People overlook the opportunity a lot, especially in small, medium-sized businesses. There are good deals to be made, and a lot of transactions that go up for sale, believe it or not. That's one of the reasons why we were able to develop our off-market DealFlow service that we provide to other companies too. So other than sourcing our own transactions for the healthcare companies that we buy, we also do off-market DealFlow for all sectors, because we're able to identify deals that are not on the market and provide it to companies that wish to enter this particular country through acquisition, so that they can strike a very good deal and start with an existing operation that is very, very strong. And so, again, from my perspective, acquisitions are a good solution for everybody looking to establish himself within the UAE. And of course, again, it all comes down to you, what your goals and aspirations are. But if you're looking at establishing yourself with a brick and mortar facility, acquisitions are an option that you should consider for sure.